Hi, I'm Dr. Stan Steindl, and welcome to Compassion in a T-shirt, where we explore the yin and yang of compassion and self-compassion, and how seemingly opposing forces can be brought to bear to helping transform our lives. So, self-compassion. You might have heard that it's all about being soft and gentle with ourselves, like wrapping ourselves up in a blanket, lighting a candle and breathing deeply. And yes, sometimes that's exactly what we need. But other times, self-compassion doesn't whisper, it roars. Today, we're diving into fierce self-compassion. What it is, what it isn't, why it's helpful, and why the word fierce can spark some big debates. Self-compassion, from a compassion-focused therapy perspective, is about being sensitive to suffering in ourselves and committed to alleviating and preventing it. And that commitment, it can show up in different ways. Sometimes we soothe, we comfort, we validate. But sometimes self-compassion stands up. It sets boundaries, speaks truths, and makes bold choices. That's the fierce side of self-compassion. Fierce self-compassion is about being fully committed to our own well-being, even if that means doing hard or even seemingly impossible things that are helpful. It's not about being mean, vicious, or violent. It's about being brave. It's the part of compassion that says, I matter too. But let's be honest, fierce is a tricky word. In traditional English, fierce means ferocious, intense, even violent and frightening. Not the kind of word you'd expect to pair with something as gentle as compassion. And that's part of the concern. Fierce can be misinterpreted, especially across cultures and languages. Even the word compassion can be misunderstood as pity in some places. So yes, we need to be careful with language. Words do matter. But the meaning of words is often broadly and variously applied. Think fierce competition or fiercely independent. Those statements aren't really referring to violence. And language also evolves. When I've worked with young adults, the word fierce can mean something entirely different. It means bold, spirited, empowered, and it has very positive connotations. Damn, that dress is fierce! At the heart of it is strength and courage, strong, courageous, powerful compassion. I remember the wonderful Buddhist monk and teacher Thich Nhat Hanh speaking of compassion as powerful. And that's great. It shows us there isn't one right way to talk about this. The important thing is being clear about what we mean. And what we mean by fierce self-compassion is standing up for ourselves wisely and assertively in the face of suffering. And when you're dealing with self-criticism, shame or fear, that strong, powerful, fierce approach to life can be incredibly healing. Still, there's a balance to be struck. When I think of fierceness, I think of full commitment. Every cell in the body engaged, nothing held back. Perhaps that's the drive system in action. Focused, fired up, pushing forward. But maybe there's threat system activation too. Defense, protection, seeking safety. But compassion that comes only from drive burns us out. And compassion that comes only from threat might, in fact, spill into the kind of fierceness that is harmful rather than helpful. That's where the soothing system comes in. So fierce compassion must be wise compassion. It must know when to push, but from a place of calmness, groundedness, awareness, and intention. The soothing system can offer all of that and remind us when to rest, when to act, and when to breathe. It's not about doing more. It's about doing what matters and doing it with your whole heart. And fierce self-compassion draws on the powers of all three emotion regulation systems in a way that's balanced and effective. We often talk about self-compassion as something we feel or think, but in CFT, self-compassion is also something we do and embody. Fierce self-compassion isn't just a mindset, it's a posture, a tone of voice, a look in your eye, a way of showing up even when things feel hard. Imagine someone entering a difficult situation with their head up, shoulders back, grounded but open. That physical presence, that's fierce self-compassion too. Sometimes you have to embody strength before you feel it. The body leads and the mind follows. When we change our posture, our breath, our tone, we shift our physiology. We signal safety to the brain. We bring our soothing system online. This is what Neil Clapton and Sid Hiskey mean by radically embodied compassion, using the body to transform the mind. I've interviewed both Neil and Sid on this channel before. Maybe it's placing a steady hand on your chest. Maybe it's speaking to yourself with a firm but kind tone. Maybe it's standing your ground when your inner critic tells you to back away, back away. And this is important. Fierce self-compassion might be something we embody and enact when it comes to external situations or interpersonal challenges. But fierce self-compassion is important internally as well. Setting boundaries for ourselves, speaking truths to ourselves, and making bold choices of our own. Validating our experience and our emotions, and encouraging ourselves to keep going or take action according to our values, or to not do the things we know are only causing us ongoing suffering. Not easy. Fierce self-compassion isn't about clenching your fists or showing your teeth. It's about showing up with calm clarity and embodied courage. So what does fierce self-compassion actually look like? It's saying no when you're overwhelmed. It's walking away from something that's hurting you. It's reaching out for help even if you feel ashamed. It's resting even when the world tells you to hustle. It's making a change that aligns with your values, even if it's scary. Sometimes the fiercest thing you can do is rest. It's not about pushing harder. It's about being honest with yourself and committing to what you truly need. So is fierce self-compassion a contradiction? Not at all. Compassion isn't just soft and soothing. It's strong, courageous, clear, bold. Fierce self-compassion is the part of you that says, I care about you and I won't abandon you. It's standing up for yourself with kindness. It's setting boundaries with wisdom. It's acting not from anger, but from your deepest values. So here's a question for you. Where in your life might you need to be more fiercely self-compassionate? What would it look like to show up for yourself with both courage and care? Thanks for watching. Be kind, be brave, and don't forget, you can be both strong and soft.